If you have no experience selling anything online at all, and you're ready to invest and commission a new online website, an internet shop, the best advice I can give you is don't do it.
Just do it!
No. I mean, don't do it. I know it sounds like clickbait, but joking apart, I'm completely serious. And let's go into some detail about why that actually is. One of the best bits of advice I ever read, and it came in a book that was given to me by Lloyds Bank.
Lloyds Bank, by your side.
Many years ago, when I opened my first company account. And in this book, there was a paragraph that explained that you shouldn't just concentrate on what you know about and what you're good at and what you enjoy doing, but you should also look at what you don't know much about, what you don't like doing, and you're not very good at, and make sure you surround yourself with other people who know about it well and actually do. Now, under most circumstances, that's actually true, but when it comes to internet shops, it isn't the case. It doesn't work that way. When it comes to your business, I'm sure you know your customers particularly well, you know your products very well, you know your strong points and your weaknesses, and you're very good at doing your particular job. And the expectation is if you find the right web development firm, they're going to be very good at their job, and Bob's your uncle, you will end up with a very successful internet shop. The reality is, however, in order for a web developer to be able to do their job properly, they're going to need to learn an awful lot more about your business when it comes to your target audience, the type of products, what makes you special, so on and so forth. And in order for you to be able to make an informed decision, you're going to need to learn an awful lot more about the realms of the internet. And the only way this is possible is if you partner, you literally create a partnership with the right type of firm where you can actually learn together at the same time and make all of those all-important informed decisions. So before we even look at doing the internet shop, and once you have an internet shop, it's particularly expensive to market the site so that you get the traffic there to convert into sales. The first thing you need to do is to start selling online as soon as possible. The very first thing you should do in order to start selling online as quickly as possible is get yourself onto eBay.
I bought on eBay.
So of course we start off with doing a bit of research. We start searching for your products on eBay. We start finding out who are the major players, who are the best sellers, what they're doing is right, what we believe we can do better than them, and literally within a week we should be able to start selling online. When it comes to payments, you can set up an account with PayPal.
Because at PayPal, we believe your money should work for you, not the other way around.
You probably already have a personal PayPal account, and it will be very easy to convert that into a business one or create another one. But literally within a couple of days, you can have your products online, you can have your payment system in place, and we can start collating sales. Now, the moment we start putting your products onto eBay, we're going to have learned quite a bit just by looking at what your competitors are doing. And we will do a mixture of something very similar to what they're already doing and other things that we believe would make us stand out from the rest. Now, the descriptions that are put on eBay, especially by those who are not as professional as others, are particularly specific, specifications quite boring. And by making sure that our descriptions are more in sales speak, that can help us convert sales. Also, you will find that the photography is not perhaps as good as it could be. One of the clients I worked on a couple of years ago had such a large product range and so few photographs for the products, we actually had to start off with by putting together a photo studio. And once we built the photo studio, we were able to find a photographer who was able to come in and take photographs of approximately 5,000 products. And after that, we're prepared to give them a preferential rate on the proviso that they could get to use that particular photographic studio for their own work. So it worked particularly well. And once you get the photography up to scratch, you can then move on and start creating QVC style videos, which will then put you at a level above everybody else. So once you start doing well on eBay, we can then move forward and see what we can do with the likes of Amazon. And don't forget, as we're going through this process, we will be learning more about your business, more about your target audience, how they are searching for the products, what they want, what they don't want, and other things we can add to your products that are what we call value adds. If we look at McDonald's, for example, they didn't start dropping their prices as soon as the economies of scale allowed them to do so. They started to increase their portion sizes so that they were still giving value for money without actually dropping their prices. I am pretty sure that if we were to have a look at your products, we would be able to find plenty of value adds that we could add to your products to make them better than what everybody else is offering without actually having to drop the price. So once you've got yourself working very well on eBay, once you've got yourself very well working on Amazon, and it's actually making money, that's the time that we should start looking at a proper online shop that will allow you to make sales that actually cost you a lot less per order than the likes of eBay and Amazon. So what do you think we should do? Open a fantastic internet shop, close down eBay and Amazon? Absolutely not. Because as I was saying, it is getting the traffic to your website that is half the battle. And if you've actually got traffic on eBay, traffic on Amazon, you need to utilize that. And what we can actually do is we can create a situation where customers who actually buy your products on the likes of eBay and on the likes of Amazon, that the next time they place their order, you can give them some kind of discount code that will allow them to get the product slightly cheaper from your website. And slowly but surely, you can start diverting that traffic to your website for repeat customers. So you keep eBay, you keep Amazon, and then you divert that traffic to your internet shop, and you keep building and keep growing your regular loyal client base. Now, for companies that sell more than 100 products, I tend to recommend Magento. Magento is a fantastic open source online platform. It does exactly what it says on the tin, and they have two particular versions. They have the CE version, which is the community edition. It's completely free. And then they have the enterprise edition, which comes at a premium. Now, if you were to start from scratch and you had not had the experience of eBay and Amazon, I can understand why you would go for the community edition, because you're going to save a couple of thousand out of the box, and then you can get started. But once you've actually started, once you've invested the money in resources, staff and education and your learning curve, and it's actually making money, to try and save a few £1,000s at the get-go, it's not really the right thing to do. As far as I'm concerned, if you're wanting to put together an offering that is better than everybody else, and you've already proven to yourself based on the sales you're getting from eBay and Amazon that this is going to work, you really need to invest at the beginning and reap the rewards later. Because the better your website is, the easier it is to use, the more functionality it provides, and the more of a pleasure it is to order from yourself, the more sales you're going to get. And the saving that you would have made by going for the community edition is actually going to be far less of a saving than the amount of sales you would be losing had you had the very, very best system that many can buy. Magento was based on the OS Commerce system, which was one of the very first fully functional online shopping platforms, and it was actually bought out by eBay for about 110 million, and they invested an awful lot of money in the infrastructure and getting it to where it is today. It is now a separate entity. It's doing particularly well. They spent a lot of money on security. It has automatic PCI compliance, which is particularly important. Before your bank will give you a merchant ID, they're going to need to see that your website is PCI compliant. And Magento, especially if you use it with systems such as Amazon, literally comes out of the box with PCI compliance. So it's the easiest one to work with. It is cutting edge. It's going to get you where you need to be much quicker than most of the other solutions out there. And long term, it actually ends up being an awful lot cheaper. If you have a number of products which is under 100, but you still want to sell online, then we have extensions which are particularly good for the likes of WordPress, such as Woo, which will allow you to add your products onto a brochure style site and still sell them online with the likes of a merchant ID or a PayPal account, and will give you the type of functionality you need, but without the extensive costs that are associated with such a bigger system such as Magento. Well, I hope you find this video informative and it will help you get to grips with what you need to do or how you can move forward. If you have any questions or would like some further advice, don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you for listening.